Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Mariama Whalen, and I am pursuing my graduate degree here at CLU. My concentration is organizational leadership with a concentration in civic engagement. I'm originally from the state of Maryland, and I recently relocated to the state of New Mexico. I serve as a labor employee relations officer at one of the universities here for the state of New Mexico. I am a mother, I am a wife, I have 4 beautiful children, and what drew me to this program, particularly at CLU, is a social justice curriculum, social justice mindset that I was attracted to. I literally Googled when I graduated with my undergrad. I Googled social justice programs and CLU popped up. So what I hope to achieve in this course, which I'm really, really excited about, leadership in the public sector, because I have worked for many years in the public sector before, well, I still kind of am because the university I'm employed with is funded by the state. But all of my workforce career has been in the public sector. And so I'm looking forward to just diving a little bit deeper, getting more access to resources and information that will help me navigate as a stronger leader in the public sector. So part 2 of this discussion question talks about or inquires about 5 specific leadership skills that I can draw upon. And what I have identified from one of our resources this week, worldpolicy.org, is that leaders must have skills in sensitivity, creativity, metacognition, ability to adapt to new change and conditions, and leaders must also have a skill in self-knowledge as well as world knowledge. I really, really like what worldpolicy.org is sharing in this. I can identify myself in each of these skills because it is quite critical when you are leading in the public sector to exhibit deep mindfulness. And so the 5 skills that I just identified are all part of mindfulness. Sensitivity, it's always right and proper to treat people with dignity and respect, right? And in order to do that, you have to have a level of sensitivity. You have to be able to meet that person where they are. You have to be able to understand what he or she is saying and apply compassion. You can't apply compassion, though, without sensitivity. Metacognition is a skill that I was really, really attracted to because, quite frankly, it's the first time I've ever heard of metacognition. And what we know this to be is thinking about your thinking. So whereas I spend a lot of time as a professional thinking about my own thinking, I never have been able to define it. Right? So the fact that metacognition, it is a concept, it is a practice, it is a skill, is quite enlightening. The ability to adapt to new changes and conditions, oh my gosh. I think that leaders in this time of COVID, if you were unable to adapt to new changing conditions, this will by far be your opportunity to begin practicing that. Just being able to recognize that as a leader, you have to adapt, you have to show flexibility because it's important. Your constituents, your population require it. Not everybody who you are going to enter into dialogue with will or are the same, rather, right? Everyone is different. And as a leader, you want to be able to advocate or represent services or a platform for not just one particular person, but for many different people. So self-knowledge and world knowledge is also quite critical. I haven't been feeling too well for the past few days. However, today I paid attention despite not feeling too well, I paid attention to tonight's presidential debate. And what I was able to pick up very strongly from one of the candidates, former Vice President Biden, he was able to touch on knowledge from around the world, right? He was able to cite global knowledge that is relevant to both the micro and the macro issues of the nation. And so as I was reading through worldpolicy.org and the other resources for this week, that was something that I identified and I paid attention to. And I even realized that, when you activate self-knowledge, being able to know yourself, right? Being able to feel confidence in who you are and what you have achieved intellectually is dynamic. It's absolutely dynamic. Former Vice President Biden, he made a very confident statement in the debate. He said, I am Joe Biden, right? He stated an emphatic rebuttal to President Trump about who he is and how because of his self-knowledge, he is able to apply a world knowledge or transition world knowledge and self-knowledge between one another so that he can hold diplomatic conversations and impose worldly practices, right? So I think it's absolutely, I'm definitely grateful to be in this class. I think I'm going to learn a lot. I think we all are going to learn a lot. Some of you I recognize as classmates and colleagues from the past few courses, and definitely Dr. O. We get to spend another 8 weeks together, so this is going to be great. But in all things, there's no but in all things, I will say that leadership skills are so critical to the movement of the world. I'm looking forward to spending the next 8 weeks with everyone. Like I said, I'm not feeling well. That's why I have a scarf around my neck and I have a blanket. However, being able to submit this assignment tonight is definitely the highlight of my past few days. So please excuse my appearance, and I hope you are able to hear and interpret what I'm saying clearly. Thank you all. Take care, and I look forward to the next 8 weeks. Bye-bye.